Om. 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 गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ सहना भवतु ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरमात्मने नमः। अथ पञ्चमोऽध्यायः कर्मसन्न्यासयोगः। Arjuna said, O Krishna, you praise renunciation of actions and also karma yoga. Tell me definitely which one of these two is better. Shri Bhagavan said, both renunciation of action and performance of action as yoga lead to liberation. But of these two, the performance of action as yoga is better than renunciation of action. The person who neither hates anything nor longs for anything should be known as a renunciate. O Arjuna, because one who is free from the opposites, likes and dislikes, is effortlessly released from bondage. Children, those who do not know, but not the wise, argue that knowledge and karma yoga are different. The person who follows even one of the two properly gains the result of both. The end, moksha, that is gained by the sannyasis is also reached by the karma yogis. The one who sees knowledge and karma yoga as one, that person alone sees the truth. Renunciation of action, O Arjuna, is difficult to accomplish without karma yoga. Whereas one who is capable of reasoning, who is committed to a life of karma yoga, gains Brahman quickly. One whose mind is purified by being committed to a life of karma yoga, who has mastered the body and has the sense organs under control, and who knows oneself to be the self in all beings, such a person is not affected even while doing actions. The one who is together, who knows the truth, thinks, I do not do anything at all. Even while seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, walking, sleeping, breathing, talking, releasing, grasping, opening and closing the eyes, the person knowing full well that the organs are engaged in their objects. The one who performs actions Giving up attachment, offering one's actions unto Brahman, is not affected by sin, just as the leaf of a lotus is not wetted by water. Giving up attachment, karma yogis perform action purely, without attachment, with the body, mind, intellect, and also by the senses for the purification of the mind. The one who is endowed with karma yoga, giving up the result of action, gains a composure born of a commitment to a life of karma yoga. Whereas one who is not committed to a life of karma yoga led by desire is bound, being attached to the result of action. The indweller of the physical body, the one who is self controlled, having renounced all actions mentally by knowledge, remains happily in the nine gated city, the body, neither performing action nor causing others to act. Atma creates neither doership nor action for any person, nor the connection with the results of action. But one's own nature leads to action. The Atma accepts neither the papa nor the punya of anyone. Knowledge is covered by ignorance, and because of that ignorance, people are deluded. Whereas for those whose ignorance of the self is destroyed by knowledge, the knowledge reveals the self as that Brahman, like the sun reveals objects previously covered in darkness. Those whose intellect is awake to that Brahman, for whom the self is that Brahman, who are committed only to that Brahman, for whom the ultimate end is that Brahman, which they have already accomplished, whose impurities have been destroyed by knowledge, they attain a state from which there is no return. Wise people are indeed those who see the same Brahman in Brahmana, who is endowed with knowledge and humility in a cow, in an elephant, in a dog, and even in a dog eater. The cycle of birth and death, samsara, is won over by those whose mind is rooted in the same, that is, Brahman here itself in this life. Since Brahman, that is free from any defect, is always the same, they, the wise people, abide in Brahman. The one who knows Brahman, who is established in Brahman, whose knowledge is firm, and who is free from delusion, does not rejoice over gaining that which is desirable and does not resent gaining that which is undesirable. The one whose mind is not attached to the external sense objects that contact the sense organs gains that happiness, fullness, which is in oneself. One whose mind is endowed with the knowledge of Brahman gains that happiness that does not wax and wane. Because those enjoyments that are born of contact between the sense organs and desirable objects are the sources of pain alone and have a beginning and an end, O son of Kunti, the wise person does not revel in them. The one who is able to master the force born of anger and desire here in this world before release from the body is a karma yogi. That person indeed is a happy, full person. The one whose fulfillment is in oneself, the one who revels in oneself, the one whose mind is awake to oneself, that wise person alone, whose self is Brahman, gains freedom, which is Brahman. Sages whose impurities have been destroyed, whose doubts have been resolved, who have self mastery and who are happily engaged in the good of all beings gain liberation. For sannyasis, those who are free from desire and anger, whose mind is under control and who know the self, there is liberation both here and in the hereafter. Shutting out the external objects and keeping the eyes closed between the two eyebrows, keeping the movement of the exhalation and inhalation in the nostrils equal, rhythmic, the contemplative person who has mastered one's organs of action, senses, mind, and intellect, for whom moksha is the ultimate and who is free from desire, fear, and anger, that person is always liberated indeed. Knowing me as the sustainer of rituals and disciplines, the Lord of all the worlds, friend of all, that person gains peace, liberation. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मसन्न्यासयोगा नाम पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः ध्यानयोगः। Shri Bhagavan said, the one who performs action that is to be done without depending on the result of action, he is a sannyasi and also a yogi. And not just the sannyasi who has renounced all fire rituals and who does not perform any other action. What they say as renunciation, know that to be karma yoga, O Pandava, because anyone who has not given up desires for limited results like heaven, etc., does not become a karma yogi. For the discriminating person wishing to attain the contemplative disposition of the yoga of meditation, dhyana yoga, karma yoga is said to be the means. For the person who has already attained this yoga, total renunciation alone is said to be the means for that person. When one is attached neither to the sense objects nor to actions, then it is said that the person is one who has attained liberation, one who has renounced the cause of all desires. May one lift oneself by oneself. May one not destroy oneself. For the self alone is one's benefactor and the self alone is one's enemy. For that self who has mastered oneself by oneself, the self alone is a friend of oneself. Whereas for the self who has not mastered oneself, the self alone would remain in the status of an enemy, like an enemy. For the one who has mastery over oneself, whose mind is tranquil with reference to heat and cold, pleasure and pain, and praise and criticism, the mind is always in a state of composure. one whose mind is content in the knowledge of the self, who remains unchanged, who has mastered the sense organs and organs of action, for whom a clump of earth, a stone, and gold are the same. This composed person is referred to as a yogi, the one whose vision is the same with reference to a benefactor, a friend, an enemy, an acquaintance, an arbitrator, someone who is dislike worthy, a relative, and even towards good people and sinners, that person is most exalted. May the yogi, meditator, one who remains alone in a quiet place, whose body and mind are relaxed, who is free from longing and possessions, constantly unite one's mind with the object of meditation. Having arranged one's seat in a clean place, firm, not too high and not too low, made of a piece of soft cloth, a skin, and a grass mat layered in reverse order, there, sitting on the seat, making one's mind one pointed, absorbed in the object of meditation. May the one who has mastered the mind and senses practice meditation for the purification of the mind. Holding oneself firm without moving, holding the body, head, neck in one straight line, as though looking at the tip of one's nose and not looking in all directions, being the one whose mind is tranquil, who is free from fear, established in one's commitment to the life of a brahmachari. May that yogi, meditator, sit thinking of me, having me as the ultimate goal. Always connecting the mind in this manner, the meditator, the one whose mind is mastered, gains the peace which is centered on me, which is in the form of an absorption in me, which is the ultimate liberation. Meditation is not for one who eats too much or for one who does not eat at all adequately. Nor indeed, O Arjuna, it is for one who sleeps too much or who is always awake. For one who is moderate in eating and other activities, who is moderate in effort with reference to one's duties and to one's sleeping and waking hours, for such a person, meditation becomes the destroyer of sorrow. When the mind has gained a certain composure and remains in the self alone, when one is free from longing of the objects of desire, then the person is said to be one who is accomplished. Just as a lamp, protected from the wind, does not flicker for the composed mind of the meditator who practices contemplation of the self, this illustration is cited. When the mind, mastered by the practice of meditation, abides in Atma, and when seeing oneself by oneself alone, one rejoices in oneself. And when one recognizes this absolute happiness, which is recognized by the intellect, which is beyond sense perception, and when being rooted therein, one never moves away from the truth of oneself. And having gained which, one does not think there is any other better gain than that, established in which one is not affected even by a great sorrowful event, may one know that dissociation from association with sorrow to be what is called as yoga. That yoga should be pursued with clarity of purpose, with a mind that is not discouraged. Giving up totally all desires which are born of thought, completely withdrawing the group of sense organs and organs of action by the mind alone, with the intellect endowed with perseverance, may one resolve the mind in Atma, making the mind abide in the self, may one not think of anything else. For whatever reason, the unsteady mind, always in a state of flux, goes away, bringing it back from that with reference to the self alone. May one bring the mind into one's own hands. Indeed, the most exalted happiness reaches this meditator whose mind is tranquil, whose impurities have all resolved, whose life is free from all defects, who has become Brahman through knowledge. The meditator, free from the conflicts born of adharma, always connecting the mind in this manner, easily gains absolute happiness born of contact with recognition of Brahman. One whose mind is resolved by this contemplation, who has the vision of sameness everywhere, sees the self abiding in all beings and all beings in the self. The one who sees me in all beings and all beings in me, for that person, I am not remote, and that person is not remote from me. The one who gains the vision, having gained the oneness of me, abiding in all beings, that yogi abides in me, whatever that person does. If one who, taking oneself as an example basis in all situations, sees either pleasure or pain as the same, that yogi, O Arjuna, is regarded the most exalted. Arjuna said, this yoga that you have talked about as sameness, O Madhusudana, I do not see its steady vision due to agitation. As we all know, Krishna, the mind is agitation, a strong, well rooted tyrant. I think of it as impossible to control as the wind. Sri Bhagavan said, no doubt, O mighty arm, the agitated mind is very difficult to control. But, O son of Kunti, by practice and objectivity, it is mastered. Yoga is difficult to gain for the one by whom the mind is not mastered. This is my vision, whereas it can be gained by the one whose mind is mastered, who makes effort with the proper means, that is practice and objectivity. Arjuna said, Krishna, not gaining success in yoga, to which end does the one who is endowed with faith in the Shastra, but whose effort is inadequate and whose mind wanders away from yoga go? Deluded in the path, knowledge of Brahman, is one who has fallen from both, being without any support, not destroyed, O mighty armed, like a cloudlet torn asunder. You should eliminate this doubt of mine totally, O Krishna. For other than you, there is no one who can be the remover of this doubt. Shri Bhagwan said, indeed, O son of Pritha, there is no destruction for that person, neither here nor in the hereafter, because anyone who performs good actions never reaches a bad end. Having gained the worlds belonging to those who do good actions, and having lived there for countless years, the one who did not succeed in yoga is born in the home of the wealthy and cultured people who are committed to dharma. Or that person is indeed born into the family of wise yogis. A birth such as this is indeed very difficult to gain in this world. There he gains a connection through the intellect with that which existed in his previous body and strives for further success in yoga than that gained previously. O joy of the Kuru family! By this previous practice alone, that person is carried away helplessly, even as one who is desirous of the knowledge of yoga goes beyond the Veda, that is, beyond the Karma Kanda of the Veda. Whereas the yogi who makes an effort by means of the will and who cleansed of all impurities is successful after many births. Then he gains the ultimate and a yogi is considered superior to those who live a life of meditation, superior even to the scholars, and superior to those who perform action. Therefore, O Arjuna, be a yogi. The one who has Shraddha, who with a mind absorbed in me, contemplates upon me, he is the most exalted among all yogis. This is my vision. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ध्यानयोगा नाम षष्ठोऽध्यायः. Chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Shri Bhagwan said, O Partha, please listen to the way in which you will know me totally, without any doubt, by taking to yoga with a mind committed to me and having surrendered to me. I will teach you without any omission this knowledge, along with immediate knowledge, knowing which there is nothing more than this remaining here to be known. Among thousands of people, a rare person makes effort for moksha. Even among those seekers making effort, only a rare person comes to know me in reality. Earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and indeed the sense of doership. Thus, this Prakriti of mind is divided in an eightfold way. O mighty armed, this is my lower Prakriti. Whereas, please understand the one other than this, my higher Prakriti, my very nature, which is the essential nature of the individual by which this world is sustained. Please understand that all beings and elements have their cause in this twofold Prakriti. Therefore, I am the one from whom this entire world comes. So too, I am the one into whom everything resolves. O Dhananjaya, there is no other cause superior to me. All this is woven, has its being in me, like the beads in a string. O Kaunteya, I am the taste in water, I am the light in the moon and the sun, I am Om in all the Vedas, I am sound in the space, and I am the strength in human beings. And I am the sweet fragrance in the earth, and the brilliance and heat in the fire. I am the very life in all beings, and the ascetic disciplines and their results in the ascetics. O Partha, understand me as the one who is the eternal seed in all beings. I am the intellect of those that have the capacity to discriminate. I am the brilliance in the brilliant. And in the strong, I am the strength that is free from desire and attachment. In all beings, I am the desire that is not opposed to dharma, O the foremost in the clan of Bharata. And those beings and things which are indeed born of sattva, rajas, and tamas, may you know them to be born from me alone. They are in me, but I am not in them. This entire world of human beings, deluded by these things, which are the modifications of the three gunas, does not know me who is changeless, distinct from and beyond these modifications of the gunas. Indeed, this my Maya, which is in the form of the modification of the three gunas, which belongs to me, the Lord, is difficult to cross. Those who seek only me, they cross this Maya. Those who do wrong actions, who are deluded, and the lowest among men, do not seek me. Robbed of, robbed of their discrimination by Maya, they have resorted to the condition of those who revel in sense pursuits. O Arjuna, the people given to good actions who worship me are fourfold. They are the one in distress, the one who wants security and pleasure, the one who wishes to know me, and the one who knows me, O foremost in the family of Bharata. Among these, the Gnani always united to me. His devotion, resolved in oneness, is distinguished because I am totally beloved to him and he is absolutely my beloved. All these indeed are exalted, but the one who knows me is myself alone. This is my vision, because he, the one whose mind is absorbed in me, has reached me alone, the end beyond which there is no end. At the end of many births, the one who has knowledge reaches me by knowing Vasudeva is everything. That wise man is very rare. Those whose discrimination is robbed away by their own particular desires, driven by their own dispositions, worship other gods following what is stipulated. Whoever be the devotee, and in whichever form of a devata he wishes to worship with faith, indeed that same faith I make firm for him. He who endowed with that faith engages in worship of that devata, gains from that devata he has worshipped those objects of desire that are definitely ordained by me alone. But for those who have limited discrimination, that result is finite. Those who worship the gods go to the gods, those who worship me go to me indeed. Those who lack discrimination, not knowing my limitless, changeless nature, beyond which there is nothing greater, look upon me who is formless as one endowed with a manifest form. I am not recognized by everyone. A person completely covered by Yog Maya, Maya united with the three gunas, is deluded and does not know me properly as the one who is unborn and changeless. I know all things that have gone before, that exist now, and will exist in the future, Arjuna, but no one at all knows me. O Bharata, O Parantapa, all beings, due to the delusion of the opposites, arising from desire and aversion, go into a state of total delusion in this creation. But people of good actions, for whom Papa has come to an end, being released from the delusion of the opposites, being firm in their commitment, they seek me. Having taken refuge in me, those who make effort for freedom from old age and death, they know that Brahman wholly as themselves, and they also know karma in its entirety. Those who know me as centered on the physical world, the devatas and the rituals, whose minds are absorbed in me, even at the end of their life, they know me. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे ज्ञानविज्ञानयोगानां सप्तमोऽध्यायः. Chapter 8, Akshara Brahma Yoga. Arjuna said, what is that Brahman? What is centered on the self? What is karma, O Purushottama? What is spoken of as centered on the beings? And what is it that is said as centered on the gods? O Madhusudana, how and who is that which is centered on ritual here in this body? And at the time of death, how are you known by those whose minds are steady? Shri Bhagavan said, Brahman is limitless and not subject to change. Its manifestation, centered on the body, is called Adhyatma, the Jiva. I repeat, its manifestation, centered on the body, is called Adhyatma, the Jiva. What is known as karma is an offering which causes the production of bodies for the beings. O the most exalted one among those who have a body, what is centered on the being is the one subject to decline, and what is centered on the Devata is Hiranyagarbha here in this body. I alone am what is centered on ritual. And at the time of death, the one who departs giving up the body, remembering me alone, he gains my nature. Regarding this, there is no doubt. O son of Kunti, at the time of death, remembering whatever thing he gives up, the body being always in that state, that alone he reaches. Therefore, remember me at all times and fight. Being one whose mind and intellect are offered unto me, you will reach me alone. There is no doubt. O Partha, the one reflecting as he was taught, with a mind endowed with the practice of yoga, with a mind that does not stray to anything else, he reaches the limitless self effulgent person. The one who contemplates upon the one who is omniscient, the most ancient, who rules, subtler than the subtlest, ordainer of all, whose form cannot be conceived of, who is effulgent like the sun, who is beyond ignorance and knowledge, he goes to the limitless self effulgent person. At the time of death, with a steady mind, endowed with devotion, and the strength gathered by yoga, indeed, placing the breath properly between the brows, he reaches that limitless effulgent person. I will tell you briefly about that ant which does not decline, about which knowers of Veda talk about, which the renunciates, free from desire, enter, desiring which they follow a life of study and discipline. Closing all the sense organs and withdrawing the mind into the heart, placing his breath at the top of his head and remaining, holding his breath by yoga, chanting the single syllable O, which is Brahman, giving up the body, the one who departs, remembering me, goes to the most exalted and O Partha, the one who has a mind that sees no other, who remembers me constantly for a length of time, for that yogi who is always united with me, I am easily gained. Having reached me, the wise men do not gain another birth, which is the abode of misery and is finite. They have reached the ultimate success. O Arjuna, all the worlds where beings exist, up to the world of Brahmaji, are of the nature of those from which one will return. However, having reached me, O son of Kunti, there is no rebirth. Those people who know about the day and night know that a day of Brahmaji has a measure of 1000 yugas and a night of Brahmaji a measure of 1000 yugas. At the beginning of the day, all things that are manifest arise from the unmanifest. At the beginning of the night, they resolve in that which is called unmanifest. That is indeed this group of beings which, having repeatedly come into being, necessarily dissolves when the light of Brahmaji comes. O son of Pritha. When the day comes, it necessarily arises. But distinct from that unmanifest is another unmanifest, which is existent and eternal. That is not destroyed when all beings are destroyed. The unmanifest that was spoken of as the one that is not subject to destruction, that they say is the highest, and that abode of mind, gaining which people do not return, is the highest. That Purusha is the limitless, O Partha, but can be gained by a devotion in which there is no other. He is the one in whom all the beings have their being, the one by whom all this is pervaded. O foremost of the Bharata family, I will tell you what is the time route of no return, and also the time route of return by which the departed yogis go. Where in which path the god of fire or time, the god of light or time, the god of the day, the god of the fortnight of the waxing moon, the god of the 6 months of the sun's travel towards the north are present. Departing there, through that path, meditators of Brahman go to Brahmaloka. The yogi, traveling by the route where the preceding deity of smoke, similarly the god of night, the god of the dark fortnight, and the god of the 6 months when the sun is traveling south are present, having gained the world of the moon, returns. All is well known. These two parts of the world, the bright and the dark, are considered eternal. By the one path, one goes to a place of no return, by the other, one returns. Knowing these two paths, O Partha, a yogi is not deluded. Therefore, at all times, may you be united to yoga, Arjuna. The yogi, knowing this, the answers to Arjuna's questions at 1 and 2, goes beyond all things taught by the Shastra with reference to the result of good actions, which abides in the study of the Veda, the rituals, disciplines, and charities. And he reaches the primal cause of creation, which is the highest state. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अक्षरब्रह्मयोगा नाम अष्टमोऽध्यायः. Chapter 9, Vidya Raja Yoga.
Yeah.
Shri Bhagwan.
Jai Gurudev. I will take over from here, Bela. You can.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Brahmaraji. Dhanyavad.
Am I enough audible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
It is on the lower side, little bit.
Yeah, a slight volume if you can increase.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay,
Now
very, very good.
Chapter 9, Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. Royal knowledge, royal secret. Sri Bhagavan said, whereas I will explain clearly and in detail to you who are without calumny this most secret knowledge together with immediate knowledge, knowing which you will be released from all that is inauspicious. This is the king of all knowledge, the king of secrets, the greatest purifier, directly appreciated, not opposed to dharma, easy to accomplish, and imperishable. Those people who have no faith in the self-knowledge, O Parantapa, not gaining me, remain on the road of samsara, which is fraught with death. This entire world is pervaded by me, whose form cannot be objectified. All beings have their being in me, and I am not based in them. Just as the vast air which goes everywhere always exists in space, similarly, may you understand that all beings exist in me. I missed one shloka. Yeah, I missed the fifth one. I'll just go back to the fourth and come back. This entire world is pervaded by me, whose form cannot be objectified. All beings have their being in me, and I am not based in them. And the beings do not exist in me. Look at this Aishwarya connection of mine to the Jagat. Myself is the creator of the beings, the sustainer of the beings, and yet is not residing in the beings. Just as the vast air which goes everywhere always exists in space, similarly, may you understand that all beings exist in me. All beings, O Kaunteya, go to my Prakriti at the dissolution of the cycle of creation. Again, at the beginning of the cycle, I create them. Keeping my own Prakriti under control, again and again, I create this entire group of beings necessarily by the force of Prakriti. O Dhananjaya, these karmas do not bind me, who is seated as though indifferent, who is unconnected with reference to these karmas. Owing to me, the presiding presence, the Prakriti creates the world consisting of movables and immovables. Because of this reason, Kaunteya, the world undergoes changes. Not knowing my limitless nature as the Lord of all beings, the deluded fail to recognize me, the one who obtains in the human body. Those of vain hopes, of fruitless actions, and useless knowledge, who have no discrimination, indeed resort to the deluding dispositions of Rakshasa and Asura. O Partha, those of noble heart, on the other hand, who are given to a spiritual disposition, knowing me as the imperishable cause of all beings and elements, and being totally committed to me, seek me. Those who are always appreciating me and making the necessary efforts, whose commitment is firm and who remain surrendered to me with devotion, who are always united to me with a prayerful heart, seek me. In many ways, as one and as distinct, they worship me as the one who is many faceted. I am the ritual, I am the worship, I am the food that is offered in general, I am the chants, I alone am the ghee, I am the ritual fire, I am the oblation. I am the father of this world, I am the mother, I am the one who sustains it, and I am the grandfather, uncaused cause. I am what is to be known. I am the purifier. I am the Omkara, and I am the Rik, Sama, and Yajur Vedas. I am the result of all actions, the one who nourishes, the Lord, the witness. I am the abode, the refuge, and I am the Sihrit, helpful by my very nature. I am the one from whom the whole creation has come, into whom everything is resolved, and in whom everything has its being, in whom everything is placed, and the imperishable cause. I heat up the world, and I withhold and release the rain. I am immortal, and I am also death. And I am cause and effect, O Arjuna. Those who know the three Vedas, who perform the ritual in which Soma is offered and thereby purified by of their papas, having propitiated me with rituals, they pray to go to heaven. Gaining the world of Indra, which is a result of their punya, they enjoy the heavenly enjoyments of the celestials in heaven. These people, having enjoyed that vast heaven, when their punya is exhausted, enter the world of mortals. In this manner, following the rituals in the three Vedas, those who are desirous of various ends gain the condition of coming and going samsara. If the verse is about a jnani, those people who see themselves as non-separate from me, recognizing me, gain me. For those who are always one with me, I take care of what they want to acquire and protect. If the verse is about a mumukshu, those people who are non-separate from me, inquiring into me, seek me. For these who are always one with me, I take care of what they want to acquire and protect. O Kaunteya, even those devotees who, endowed with Shraddha, worship the Lord as any other devatas, also worship me, but backed by ignorance. And I am indeed the recipient of all rituals and the only Lord, but they do not know me in reality. Therefore, they fall away. Those who are committed to the gods reach the world of gods. Those who are committed to the mains reach the plane of the mains. Those who worship the spirits go to the realm of spirits, whereas those who worship me reach me. He who offers me with devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, water, I receive that offering imbued with the devotion of the person whose mind is pure. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever ritual you perform, whatever you give, whatever religious discipline you follow, Kaunteya, please do it as an offering to me. In this way, you will be released from the bondage of karma, which is in the form of desirable and undesirable results. Being one whose mind is endowed with renunciation and karma yoga, you who have been released will come to me. I am the same in all beings. There is no one I dislike, nor do I have a favorite. But those who seek me with devotion exist in me and I in them. Even if somebody of highly improper conduct seeks me without a sense of separation, he is to be considered a good person because he is one whose understanding is clear. Quickly, he becomes one whose mind is in conformity with dharma and gains eternal peace. May you know for certain, Kaunteya, my devotee never gets destroyed. Indeed, Partha, even those who are born in families given to improper conduct, and so too women, Vaishyas and Sudras, taking refuge in me, they also gain the ultimate end. Then, what to talk of Brahmanas who have fortunate births and are devoted? So too, the sage kings, Raja Rishis, having gained this world, which is non-eternal and of little happiness, may you seek me. May you become one whose mind is committed to me, who is devoted to me, whose rituals are offered unto me, and may you surrender to me. Having yourself prepared in this way, and being one for whom I am the ultimate end, you will reach me, the self alone. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे राजविद्या राजगुह्ययोगो नाम नवमोऽध्यायः। अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। Bhagavan's glories. Shri Bhagavan said, Indeed, O mighty armed, who is pleased by my words, for your benefit, listen again to my words, which reveal the limitless, which I will tell you. The whole host of gods do not know my glory, coming into being as this world, nor do the sages, because I am the cause of all the gods and sages. He who knows me as the one who is unborn, not an effect, and beginningless, not a cause, the limitless Lord of the people, world, he among the mortals, being no longer deluded, is released from all punya and papa. The capacity to understand, knowledge, freedom from delusion, truthfulness, accommodation, composure, restraint in behavior, mastery over the ways of thinking, pleasure, creation, destruction, fear and fearlessness, and further, harmlessness, equanimity, satisfaction, religious discipline, charity, fame, ill fame, these many different things of living beings are all from me alone. The 7 ancient rishis, as well as the 4 manus, who have their minds resolved in me, are born of my mind. And out of these rishis and manus are all these living beings in the world. The one who knows this glory of mine and my connection with that in reality, he is endowed with unshaken vision. There is no doubt about this. I am the creator of everything, and because of me, everything is sustained. Thus knowing, the wise men endowed with vision gain me. Those whose minds are in me, whose living is resolved in me, teaching one another and always talking about me, they are always satisfied and they revel always. For those who are always committed to me, seeking me with love, I give that vision whereby they reach me. For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining in the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Arjuna said, O revered one, you are the limitless Brahman, the light of all lights, the most purifying. All sages, including Narada, the sage among gods, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, talk of you as the eternal being, not of this world, the source of all the gods, unborn and all pervasive. And indeed, you yourself tell me so. All this which you have told me, O Keshava, I consider true. Indeed, Lord, neither the celestials nor the Rakshasas know your person. That is, they do not know what you are. You yourself know yourself with your mind. O the most exalted being, the creator of all beings, the Lord of the gods, the Lord of creation. You indeed are capable of telling in full the extraordinary glories of yourself, the glories by which you remain pervading these worlds. Always contemplating, how can I know you, O the greatest of the yogis? And in which things are you to be meditated upon by me, O Lord? Please describe again in detail the wonder and the glory of yourself, O Janardana, because I, the listener of this nectar, have no satisfaction. Shri Bhagavan said, well now, best of the Kurus, I will tell you my divine glories in keeping with their importance, because there is no end to a detailed description of my glories. O the master of sleep, I am the self who resides in the hearts of all beings, and I am the cause of the creation, sustenance, and resolution of all beings, things. Among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Among the luminaries, the sun, the one who has rays. Among the Maruts, I am Marichi. Among the luminaries seen at night, I am the moon. Among the Vedas, I am the Samaveda. Among the gods, I am Indra. Among the sense organs, I am the mind. And of the embodied beings, I am the faculty of cognition. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. I am Kubera among the Yakshas and Rakshasas. Among the Vasus, I am fire. I am Meru among the snow-peaked mountains. O Partha, may you know me to be Brihaspati, the chief among the priests. Among the commanders-in-chief, I am Skanda. Among the water reservoirs, I am the ocean. Among the sages, I am Bhrigu. Among the words, I am the single syllable Om. Among rituals, I am the ritual of Japa. Among the mountains, the Himalayas. I am the sacred Ficus religiosa, Ashwatha tree, among all the trees. And among the celestial sages, I am Narada. Among the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha. Among the Siddhas, I am sage Kapila. May you know me among the horses as Uchchaishravas, born of the churning for nectar, Airavata among the elephants, and the king among men. Among the weapons, I am Vajra. Among the cows, I am the wish-fulfilling cow, and I am Kandarpa, the god of love, who is the cause for progeny. Among the poisonous snakes, I am Vasuki. And I am Ananta among the many-headed snakes. I am Varuna among the gods of water. Among the mains, I am Aryama. I am Yama among those who enforce discipline. And I am Prahlada among the Daityas, the Asuras who are born of Diti. Among things that reckon, I am time. And among the wild animals, I am the lion. And I am Garuda among the birds. Among the purifiers, I am air. I am Rama among those who bear weapons. And among the fish, I am shark. Among the rivers, I am Ganga. I am indeed the beginning, the middle, and the end of the creations, Arjuna. Among the disciplines of knowledge, I am the knowledge of the self. Of those who discuss, I am the discussion leading to truth. Among the letters, I am A, and I am the Dvandva among the compounds. Among the letters, I am A, and I am the Dvandva among the compounds. I am indeed the perennially eternal time. I am all pervasive and the giver of karma phala. I am death that takes away everything, and I am the cause of prosperity of those yet to be. Among the feminine words, I am fame, wealth, speech, memory, intelligence, fortitude, and equanimity. So too, I am the Brihat Sama among the Samas, Gayatri among the meters, among the months, Margashira, and among seasons, the spring. I am the dice among the things that deceive. Of the brilliant, I am the brilliance. I am the victory of the victorious. I am the clarity in thinking of those who have clarity. Of those whose nature is predominantly sattva, I am the sattva, the contemplative disposition. Among the Yadavas, I am Vasudeva. Among the Pandavas, Dhananjaya. And among the seers, I am Vyasa. Among the sages, the preceptor Ushana, Shukracharya. I am the discipline of those who enforce discipline. I am justice of those who want success. And I am silence among the secrets. Of those who have knowledge, I am the knowledge. And Arjuna, I am also that which is the cause of all beings, of all things. There is no mobile or immobile, sentient or insentient thing that can exist without me. There is no end to my extraordinary glories, Arjuna. But this detailed narration was told by me, taking into account a few important ones. Whatever existent thing there is, which has glory, which is endowed with any form of wealth, or that which is distinguished or mighty, every one of that, may you know, is born of a fraction of my glory. On the other hand, by this knowledge of manifold things, what is accomplished for you, Arjuna? I remain pervading this entire world with just a mere part of myself. Om Tat Sat. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyayaha. अथ एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः. Vision of the cosmic form. Arjuna said, on account of these words, which were taught by you in order to bless me with the greatest secret, known as knowledge centered on the self, this delusion of mine is gone. Indeed, the creation and dissolution of things have been heard in detail by me from you, O Krishna, whose eyes are like the lotus petal, and also your perennial glory was heard. Just as you have been telling about yourself, O Lord, in the same manner as this, I wish to see this form of yours as the Lord, O Purushottama. If you think it is possible for me, O Lord, to see that form of yours, then, O Lord of the yogis, please show me your perennially eternal self. Shri Bhagavan said, see, Partha, hundreds and thousands of my forms of many varieties, effulgent and of many colors and shapes. See the Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, the two Ashwins as well as the Maruts. See, Bharata, many other wondrous forms never seen before. Today here in my body, please see the entire world, movable and immovable, in one place, O Gudakesha, and anything else which you wish to see. But it is not possible for you to see me with your eyes, with your own eyes alone. I will give you an extraordinary eye. Please see my wondrous power. Sanjaya said, having spoken thus, then, O king, the limitless Lord of all yogis, whose grace destroys papa, showed to Arjuna his wondrous, all-inclusive form. That form consisted of countless mouths and eyes, countless wondrous objects, countless extraordinary weapons raised for use. It was wearing celestial malas and garments, was anointed with special sandal paste. It was all wonder, was endless, and was one that spanned all the directions. If 1,000 effulgent suns should simultaneously appear in the sky, that effulgence would be equal to the effulgence of that great Lord. Then there is the body of the Lord of the gods. Then there is the body of the Lord of all gods. Pandavas saw the entire world remaining in a single form, but distinctly divided in a manifold way. Then, overwhelmed with awe, with his hair standing on end, Dhananjaya, saluting the Lord with his head, hands folded together, said, in your body, O Lord, I see all the celestials as well as hosts of different types of beings. The Lord Brahma, residing in Brahmaloka, seated on the lotus, and all the rishis and celestial snakes. I see you having countless arms, stomachs, mouths, and eyes from every quarter, endless forms. I see that you have no end, no middle, and again no beginning. O Lord of creation, O Lord of the cosmic form. I see you as one who has a crown, a mace, and a disc, as a mass of brilliance with light on all sides, and therefore difficult to see. From every angle, I see you having the brilliance of a conflagration and the blazing sun, and as one who is not knowable as a limited object. It is my appreciation that you are imperishable, limitless Brahman, the one who is to be known. You are the ultimate basis cause of this world. You are not subject to change, the protector of the perennially eternal laws. You are eternal. You are the complete being. I see you as one who has no beginning, middle, or end, with endless arms and the moon and the sun for your eyes, and a mouth like the blazing fire, who heats, energizes this world by his own light. Indeed, this space in between heaven and earth and all the quarters are pervaded by you as one form. O Lord, seeing this wondrous, frightening form of yours, the three worlds are shaken. Indeed, these hosts of good people are entering into you. Some who are frightened pray with hands folded. The group of rishis and siddhas, yogis, having said, let there be well-being, worship you with praises full of meaning. The Rudras, Adityas, Vasus, and those who are Sadhyas, Vishwadevas, Ashwins, Maruts, Ushmapas, and the host of Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, and Siddhas are looking at you, being struck with great wonder indeed. O mighty armed, seeing your immeasurable form of many mouths and eyes, of many arms, thighs, and feet, and many projecting teeth, the people are afraid, and so am I. Indeed, Seeing you as one who is touching the heavens, effulgent of numerous forms, open mouthed and with large brilliant eyes, O Vishnu, I, whose mind is deeply disturbed, do not find courage or composure. Indeed, seeing your faces, which have protruding canines and are equivalent to the fire of dissolution, I do not know the directions and I have no peace. Be pleased, O Lord of the gods, O Jagannivasa, Lord in whom the world exists. And all these sons of Dhritarashtra, along with hosts of kings, hurriedly enter you. And also Bhishma, Drona, and Karna, along with our most important fighters, hurriedly enter your frightening mouths with projecting canines. Some are seen sticking between the teeth with their heads crushed. Just as the many swift-moving waters of the rivers flow towards the ocean alone, so too these heroes of the world of men enter your burning mouths. Just as moths enter a glowing fire at full speed for their destruction, so too indeed people also enter your mouths with great speed for their destruction. Completely swallowing all the people with your burning, brilliant mouths, you lick again and again. Filling up the entire world with brilliance, your cruel flames burn, O Vishnu. Please tell, for my sake, who you are. Who are you, who has this terrible form? Salutations to you, O exalted among the gods. Be gracious. I wish to know you, the cause, because I do not at all understand your actions. Sri Bhagavan said, I am time, the destroyer of people, the one who is expanded and whose activity is to destroy people here. Even without you, all these warriors who stand in opposing armies will not exist. Therefore, get up and gain fame. Conquering the enemies, enjoy the prosperous kingdom. These people have already been destroyed by me. May you be merely an instrument, Arjuna. May you destroy Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, and Karna, as well as other heroic warriors who are already destroyed by me. Do not be afraid. Fight. You will conquer the enemies in battle. Sanjaya said, hearing these words of Keshava, Kiriti Arjuna, with folded hands and trembling, saluting Krishna, being very afraid and saluting again, spoke again in a faltering voice. Arjuna said, it is proper, Rishikesha, that by singing your praises, the world rejoices and is devoted to you. The frightened Rakshasas run in all directions, and all the hosts of Siddhas salute you. O Lord, why will they not salute you who is greater than other gods, who is the primal creator of even Brahma? O limitless one, Lord of all the gods, the one in whom the world exists, you are that eternal, limitless Vastu, which is both cause and effect. You are first among the gods and the one who fills up everything, who was there even before. You are the ultimate place of resolution of this world. You are the knower and what is to be known and the ultimate abode. O, the one whose forms are endless, the world is pervaded by you. You are the Lord of air, Lord of death, Lord of fire, Lord of water, presiding deity of the moon, Prajapati, and the ultimate great-grandfather, the Creator. 1,000 repeated salutations to you. Again and again, indeed, repeat salutations to you. Salutations to you in front in the east, then salutations to you at the back in the west. Indeed, salutations to you in all directions. Oh, the one who is everything. You are the one of infinite strength and infinite prowess, and you completely pervade everything. Therefore, you are everything. Ignorant of this glory of yours, thinking of you as a mere friend out of carelessness or out of friendship too, what was thus said rashly by me as O Krishna, O Yadava, O friend, and further, Krishna, out of jest, you have been slighted while walking, lying down, sitting and eating, alone or even in public. For all that, may I ask pardon of you, who cannot be known. O Lord, whose glories are unparalleled, you are the Father of this world of movables and immovables, sentient and insentient, and you are its most worshipful and its first teacher. Even in the three worlds, there is no one equal to you. How can there be another who is superior? Therefore, saluting, properly laying down my body, I seek the blessings of you, who is the worshipful God. O Lord, you should forgive my mistakes as a father would the mistakes of a son, as a friend of a friend, and a beloved of his beloved. O Lord, seeing what has not been seen before, I am happy, and my mind is afflicted with fear. O Lord of the gods, O Jagannivasa, Lord of the world, be pleased. Please show me only that original form of yours. So too, I wish to see you as one who has a crown, a mace, and a disc in hand. O Lord of 1,000 arms, O Lord who is in the form of the world, may you become this form alone which has 4 hands. Sri Bhagavan said, O Arjuna, by me, who is pleased. This original form, which is limitless, full of brilliance, includes everything and is without end, that form of mine, which was never before seen by anyone other than you, was shown to you through my power. Not by study of the Vedas or rituals, not by charity, not by performing rituals, nor by severe austerities, can I in this form be seen in the world of men by anyone other than you, O bravest of the Kurus. May you not fear and may you not be confused seeing this type of frightening form of mine. Being free from fear and pleased again, may you see that particular form of mine. Sanjaya said, thus, Vasudeva, having spoken in this way to Arjuna, who was frightened, showed his own form again and consoled him, having once more become the Lord with a pleasing form. Arjuna said, seeing this pleasing human form of yours, Janardana, now I have become cheerful and restored to my original nature. Shri Bhagavan said, you have seen this form of mine, which is very difficult to see. Even the gods always remain desirous of seeing this form. I cannot be seen in this form by study of the Vedas, nor by ascetic practices, nor by charity, nor by worship. You are the one who has seen me in this way. But with devotion, in which there is no other, it is possible, O Arjuna, that I can be known and seen and can be entered into in reality, O Parantapa. Among all people, the one who does all action for my sake, for whom I am paramount, who is devoted to me, free from attachment and free from enmity, comes to me, Pandava. Om Tat Sat. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vishwarupa Darshana Yogo Nama Ekadashodhyayaha Atha Dvadashodhyayaha Bhakti Yogaha. We'll continue this tomorrow. Om Tat Sat. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
Beautiful reading, Ramaraji. So wonderful. We could see the Vishwarupa.
निरुपमनित्यनिरंशकेऽप्यखण्डे मयि चिति सर्वविकल्पनादिशून्ये घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया श्रुतिशतनिगमान्तशोधकानपि अहह धनादिनिदर्शनेन सद्यः कलुषयति चतुष्पदाद्यभिन्ना न घटितघटना पडीयसी माया सुखचिदखण्डविबोधमद्वितीयम् वियदनलादिविनिर्मित्ते नियोज्य भ्रमयति भवसागरे नितान्तम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया अपगतगुणवर्णजातिभेदे सुखचितिविप्रविडार्यहं कृतिं च स्फुटयति सुतदारकेहमोहम् त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया विधिहरिहरविभेदमप्यखण्डे बत विरचय्य बुधानपि प्रकामम् भ्रमयति हरिहरविभेदभावान् घटितघटना पटीयसी माया त्वघटितघटना पटीयसी माया
Thank you so much, Ramaraji. Jai Gurudev.